Hi guys, welcome to another day on Youth Connect. My name is Emefa Akosia Adeti, and a very important topic today because it falls at the very core of how young people particularly will start their leadership roles as per how political parties may have a certain influence on it. I promise it's going to be a very calm conversation. We're just going to be chit-chatting. But let's see how it does have any effect. Does it in any way? My friend would like to describe it as the pros and cons of it. So whether or not political parties, the national ones, have any form of influence on student leadership at all. Today, I'm talking to Lukman Mahami Adams, President, the Gimpa Law School, what we usually call the LSA president. And then I also have with me Cletus Avlime Avoka, Tained President, Pentecost University. Gentlemen, how are you doing?
Wow.
How's your tenure so far? How many days into power already? Into office, I should say. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. How is it going so far?
Stressful.
Being the president and wanting to be the president, which one is more stressful?
For now, I'll say wanting to be the president. But I have a feeling by the end of my tenure, it will be the other way around. Because they just started telling me that you see nothing yet. So I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm hoping
your mandate will be carried well, will it?
Hopefully.
Better. There's a lot of expectations of you, though.
I know, right?
Okay. So for you as a Tained president, you are a leader of a very political. It has a direct political influence.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. How does it feel?
Well, it feels good. Per my persona.
Okay.
I am one person who is deep down into the political terrain.
Okay.
Some people may feel it's somehow Herculean attacks. I feel it's okay.
So you love politics generally?
I love politics. If you look at my persona, you
actually the political student. This is what's called a political student.
It is exactly.
Okay, so why? So Tained is supposed to be the young version of the NDC.
It's actually the intellectual wing of the NDC, Tertiary Education Institutions Network.
Okay.
That is Tained.
Okay.
So it's the intellectual wing.
So you are generally you're an NDC member.
Yeah.
Why did you choose the NDC as a political party?
I chose the NDC as a political party because of the ideology. The ideology of the NDC is a party that believes in equality, devoid of your political or devoid of your tribal background, the language you speak, your name, and all those stuff.
You are never man. You are never man.
Yes, I am a never man. I am a never man. Yes, and so the ideology, particularly because I am a socialist, a social democrat, of course.
Okay.
And we believe that everybody must get equal opportunity.
Okay.
And so I feel NDC has some form of coordination or is in tandem with that very ideology. Okay. So I feel it's the best.
Lukman, you will answer this question more meticulous. You should be quite guided because then you are a leader of a group of people that belong to various political parties. I like to think that's the new force club. I'm sure now people are under your leadership now.
Yes, please.
So, but if we go back to history, we'll find out that from the days of Legon, UCC, many people who are in leadership, political leadership roles now, or even in governance now, may have started their journeys from, positions such as yours. Generally, do you like politics?
Yes, please.
You do?
A big yes.
You do? What about politics do you like?
The politics, governance.
The governance in it there.
Yes, please.
Okay, so if you look at why a lot of people start their leadership roles from school politics, did it in any way inform your choice to want to be the LSA president?
Another big yes.
Yes,
please. So looking at the trajectory, as you indicated, right from the beginning, this current parliament, there's a trending research that says over 50% of them were once student leaders or attempted to be student leaders.
Okay.
Any person who makes an attempt, trust me, the person either wants to join one day the legislature or the executive. Take it from me. So you start, some people start as early as primary school, junior high school, senior high school.
Okay.
I didn't get the opportunity. I just started at tertiary university.
Okay.
Yeah. So as you clearly indicated, I lead a group of people that belong to various. Even though I may have my choice, I need to act in such a way that to lead.
Do the people know that you have your choice?
People know.
Is it public knowledge, or people just discover per your conduct and per your, if you ever read a manifesto or if you ever went for vetting, per your choice of words, your ideology and all? Isn't that unfair?
Per my conduct, no. Because if you are contesting for an election on campus, it's not partisan like my brother's TESCON or thing.
Yes.
You need to be very careful, you need to play your cards well. Your people will know that this is their candidate.
These people, you mean your team members?
My team members.
Okay.
So you must have belonged to either TEN or TESCON. And you can even confirm it. Before you even go on the ticket to even contest, they must present you.
Yeah.
Is this a rule,
No.
or it's
Like a
become a
convention.
culture that it comes,
Exactly.
so you people have practiced this and has become
Exactly.
So for example, you and the other young man who you
Went against,
contested,
yeah.
if anybody at all was a third force and the person didn't belong to any, whether TESCON or
Okay.
TEN,
Yeah.
the person would have struggled or what?
A big yes. Trust me. Yeah. Unless you play your cards very well. So by conduct, you can infer from one's conduct the person belongs to party A or party B. So those who belong to my political institution on campus, they clearly knew where Lukman belonged. But there were others, they tried to discover, but they couldn't infer, is this guy A or B? Some could just blatantly ask you. And I'll say, no, I can't disclose that. But
Okay.
behind the scenes, some people just know, but out of friendship, and you know, you want to lead the entire student body, not just TEN or TESCON. Yeah, and there's a history to that. Almost, I can talk about the national NUCS elections. Our past leaders, where are they now? We all know.
Okay.
Yeah, the likes of Honorable Blackwell, Harry Jisu. So that's how come they all started. If you see one start student politics and has no ambition, then I doubt if you're actually a
What's your
student.
ambition?
Can I even say this here?
Of course, you have won already.
I just want to become a leader.
Is there a clause in
No,
your
I
winning
just want to
that?
become a leader.
Why not a church leader?
I feel like governance, as I earlier indicated, that's the best way. There are various forms of leadership. I just feel like that is where I'm headed towards.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. Ms. Avaka, so what's your end game? Why did you want to be, why are you the leader of TEN? Why? What's the end game for you?
Well, I also, as indicated by my co-panelist, every activist has the intent of ending up in governance.
So is it executive or you want to be in legislature?
I think both.
You think both, right? Okay.
Because if you look at our constitution, a greater percentage, he is a lawyer, a greater percentage of appointment into
He's a
the
learning
executive.
lawyer.
Yes.
Yeah, a learning lawyer.
Yeah.
A greater percentage of the executives must be appointed from parliament, which is
Okay.
the legislature.
So either ways, there's a win somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In drawing up your ideology, in selling, because then it's not the kind of leadership that you are just nominated and you're granted the title. You must go through the politics of it.
Yes.
Let me into the politics of becoming a student's leader. Is it any different from the national politics, what we see?
So they actually are mentors. No difference. Building relationships, no matter who the person is. It would surprise you when the current level of 200s, those from level 100 going to level. A lady, when they just reported, I just met her and just said, hello, how are you doing? She was like, what are you contesting for? Trust me. So once you start building
Yeah.
the
You can
networks,
see-
Yeah.
yes, please. And there was an LLM dinner. I went there just by handshakes. We're a politician. Oh, like how you even dress, how you carry yourself about building connections. So I actually had an advice from a politician. We met them. How do you think we can win this? Handshakes. And it's really worked.
Yeah, because when I came, you both shaked me. Now it's dawning on me. They both shaked me. What are you recruiting me into?
So it's handshake has some form of communication.
Yeah.
Let's say you pass, hi, no, I'll try and work towards you. If you observe, as soon as you came out, so
Yes,
it
you
gives
do.
some sense of, like,
Reception.
you get it. So you feel like, nah, this person is like affable.
Yeah.
So some may think it's like you are faking it, but no. Once
Okay.
you start, you are used to it.
So, is this to conclude that if I see any student leader, I know that they're politicians?
You just
Right.
need to observe.
You
They,
can
they're on the
conclude that.
targetry, so
Yes,
exactly.
you just need to
that's it.
observe. You just need
Okay.
to- Well, I didn't even make my idea clear, but many people saw it.
Okay.
So once I said, they were like, oh, okay, so that's why you, yeah.
What won you the presidency?
I would say humility, to be very honest, and friendships. I relied on good friendships. Trust me, I had friends from political divide. And they confided in me that for the very first time, they've been throughout school. So they told me that this is the first time they find themselves going against their own
candidate.
Yes, please.
Okay.
And they made it clear to me.
Are you the one that shared chocolate?
Yes, please. On what particular day? You get it?
I think I ate your
it's-
chocolate.
oh my goodness, you see, you get it, like, so it actually works. If you observe how we did it, no one shared it but me. I was the only one throughout the whole campus. I just wanted to come directly from Lukman. You received something from.
Yes, you did. Okay, so in the ideology of whatever political party, and you don't necessarily have to announce it.
Yes, please.
We can conclude. But gentleman here, we know,
Yeah.
pure politician. Even the way he looks like an Ebe man and an NDC man. So I'm not even surprised.
Yeah.
But the ideology of the political party that you belong to,
Yes, please.
does the message that you sold to your people to elect you, can we find traces of the ideology?
So, no, but you'll find it in my administration. Take it from me. Yeah. Particularly, law students are very smart.
Yeah.
Once it appears as a campaign message, they know where you are heading towards. So I campaigned on 24-hour library service. And once they hear 24 hours, they know you are towards a particular. But you know how we came up, we had a great campaign team, particularly the communication department. They said, okay, 247, I mean, that's 24 hours. They'll think 24 hours. So immediately we pushed hashtag 24 hours. Next was the 24 hours is possible. So now where can you tell you get it? So you can't say, okay, Lukman is going by. So what we labeled was on, and my first degree was in communication. Postgraduate communication, and I majored in political communication, and that's why I did my thesis. And I was so lucky to have supervisors like Prof. Ejapon, one of the best political communication lecturers in Ghana. So if you see how we campaigned, you actually know that we went. You couldn't tell Lukman belongs to party A or party B. And one thing is, you're supposed to have the idea. You can't just wake up and get the idea.
Okay.
Trust me, as soon as we came to write, and I'm sure my friends will even attest to it, when we came to write entrance exams, that was when I started making connections. And already
So you knew already,
before
you
you
had a
apply.
plan. Would it be same for you?
Exactly.
Though you belong to the NDC, did you decide, or you already knew, you had a roadmap and knew that you wanted to be? Now, you guys should let me in the internal politics that happens in, I can say, political party because of you belong that directly. And then the kind of politics that you play in the varied way. My question is clear, right? So for you to want to be president, surely you run against somebody.
Yeah.
I hear that kind of political election is more brutal than, because then Lukman, who is so sure, who belongs to the other, his opponent may also belong to the other. It is quite clear. Electorates will decide who they want to go for. But for you, who is attained president, internally, so you're running up against your own people. How does that feel? How does that work?
It's really interesting.
It is, huh?
Yeah, given my teen elections, we had to go for a runoff.
Okay.
Yes, on Pentecost University campus.
Okay.
Yeah, the regional youth organizer and co, and all had to come in. It wasn't easy, but as you said, internal election is even more complicated as compared to the general one with regards to my brother's situation. The internal election, you are competing with people with the same ideology but different backgrounds. Now, when you look at a party like the NDC, it's a party for Northerners and Votarians.
Yeah.
Or no, let me not say that. Let me say it's a party dominant by Votarians
I'm with you on
and then Northerners. But this is a person whom I'm contesting with, and he is a Bono man.
That's interesting.
And looking at the party hierarchy now, the Bonos, particularly our national chairman, is a Bono.
Interesting.
And so there is this kind of divide.
But I like to think for NDC, the Voltarians have it, so don't they?
Yeah, but
there's always, you let him lie.
Okay.
You get where he's coming from.
You see, if it's really for the Voltarians, we shouldn't have gone for runoff.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We shouldn't have gone for
He's
runoff.
hitting at something.
Okay.
We shouldn't have gone for runoff.
Yes.
And that tells you how intense the internal election is. And so, yes, the Votarians are dominant, but then the Northerners partnered with the Bunu,
The Bunu.
and then they had to.
But it's only fair because from Northern to Botany, you can stop on the way at Bro.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't
Okay.
easy, but as my brother rightly said, we learn from our main political or mother political parties and employ those strategies into the 10 elections, and then it worked.
It works.
It
the
worked.
mother party and employed.
Yeah.
Let's have this hard conversation
Yeah.
because you're already on your journey to being political
Yeah.
leader, whichever way. But let's have this hard conversation. Financial and support. Finances and support. How do you fund elections?
As a
Because
student.
given that, it looks very much like the national elections. I mean, I spent a few years on Gimpa campus and I've seen how it is conducted. I've seen how it is done. If you have visited a poll on the 7th of December before, then surely it's just like that. But how do you fund it?
So another story, actual story on campus, people kept on asking me, particularly the seniors, "Look, man, how do you fund your campaign?" I'm like, by the grace of God, no, just tell us, how do you fund it? They just want to know, where does Lookman work? Because when they see things, they're like, oh, okay. And trust me, some of our leaders, our mentors, actually visited us on campus.
Okay.
Yeah. So when they visit and you are around, you're supposed to be with them. For everyone, for example, let's say MFS Associated Party A, are supposed to get to campus, you are working with Lookman. That tells any person who is that party. You don't even need to talk. This belongs like so.
Okay.
When it comes to finance, we do get from our mentors. Yeah, aside the motivation, we do get finance from them. Okay. But aside that, it's possible. So one thing is, unlike his, ours is non-partisan. You are going to be a leader of almost all the entire students. And Gimpa is where we have, let's say, should I say the bourgeoisies. So if you are friends with both, and it was a plan. That was how come I found people in that. Yeah.
Okay.
So you could find, because research is actually true that people from the other side are funding Lookman. And they were actually targeted by their people. And they told me, listen, I can't open up for you, but the funds are there. My mouth. It's happened.
Okay.
So one thing about, you get the funds.
They believe in your candidature.
Exactly.
In you as a person.
I'm glad you are saying that because I didn't want to just go. One thing is when you are very humble, humility works for every politician. You can be so humble to the extent that
But what will be in
people
it
against,
for? What will be in it? I'll come to what will be in it for a political party that you don't belong to, and yet maybe say you have a mentor or you have an any association, and then they support you. What is in it for them?
So it's all about it's all about friendship. Yeah. You see them on TV, they argue, blah blah blah, behind the scenes. So we just act like them.
But there's nothing in it politically for them.
Oh, there is. Yeah. So trust me, even at the national level, some people in party A pull strings in the other party than their own members.
Interesting.
It happens.
Okay.
So if you start at this stage, and once, particularly in law school, everyone is going to be someone. Like that's the perception, and we're hoping to be so. Everyone wants to be someone. So you better connect.
Okay.
And you may not know who. I have a very great lecturer who kept on telling me, Dr. Justice Sai, that some of you, once you close, just pick your bag, walk straight to your car.
Somebody shouting at me. That's me. That's
Oh
you
my
and your
goodness.
lecturer shouting at
You
me.
get engage. You may not know you are seated next to the CJ, next to the Attorney General, and just a phone call might help you. You get it. So it's always about.
So people are buying a spot in your candidature,
Oh, that's it.
and people are
Then
buying a spot in your
by
future.
By this, your assessment, that means you're also a politician. How you conclude? People are buying. That's it.
A spot.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just a smart journalist.
That's it. No, okay. I'll accept that. Like, yeah. But before you even become a smart journalist, you must have known the political terrain of.
Okay.
Yeah. And aside that, others also just want to have a political experience on their resumes. Someone doesn't want to be that active. I can't contest for an election. I can't take the backlash, but I would like to be appointed into A, B, C, and D.
Okay.
Just as national level, you fund someone for a favor. It happens at our level. Someone says, listen, look man, I don't want to contest anything. I can't stand it. We'll be behind you. As soon as you get, okay, put me A, B, C, D. That's the role they want to play. Yeah, and others, it's for a very long term.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. Mr. Avoka,
Yeah.
so in your party, how is the relationship after elections, especially because it is your own election by your own self?
Yeah.
you see each other. You know that we belong to the same political party, as you have been teaching us, but you're from different backgrounds. After the elections, are you friends with the person you ran? Are you friends
Exactly.
against? Are you both working together?
We are working together.
Yes. You're not afraid?
No.
Is there any form of coup that happens within the parties? Are there?
Coup happens.
Coup happens.
Unless the other ones tell us, coup happens. And after every internal, there's a reconciliatory exercise. So that's
Oh, there is?
after every internal, yeah.
How does it look? What does it look like? They talk to the other person to come along with you.
Yeah, you actually find a time to summon all of them, particularly the aspirants, and then you let them understand that this is elections. The election is past. Post-elections, we have to work. Let's all come together in solidarity and champion a good cause, and then we are good to go.
Is that what the MPP couldn't do with Alan?
Well, I am
there.
representing the NDC, and as far as I'm concerned, our leaders have even depicted that. When you look at JM, and then when you look at even Asiedu Nketia, now the national campaign team, Chairman of Osuampofu is part of the national campaign team. So it's about the collective goal. Once, it doesn't mean that you lost, and so your expertise must also go away from the party. We still need your expertise for the collective good.
Are you able, do you find people in different political parties choosing one person out of the two of you to even want to fund? They don't belong to the NDC, they belong to another party. And yet they are funding you. They also find your candidature very worthy. And what will be in it for them? Because like it or not, you'll be in their party. What's in it?
So even before I come to that, my brother rightly said something. Even before you will get that kind of support or sponsorship, one is humility. And then two is they being able to realize your potential. When they see that you are a good person for the job, they invest in you. Take somebody like our national chairman, Honorable Johnson Asiedu Nketia.
That man is a politician. A politician's politician.
Yes, he's a person who is liked by both sides. Either NDC or NPP, which means that people will even go the extreme to support or finance. So they believe in his capabilities, they believe in his potentials, and above all is a key feature known as integrity. If you're a man of integrity.
Because when I invest in you, I expect that you hold your own integrity. Look, man, tell me, I hear, and I've been learning that when student politics mimics the national politics, as you have said, and it shows which party is losing and which party is likely to
win.
It's true?
It's true. Yeah, it happens. So they push in every effort to ensure that they win campuses. Once you win, it communicates something. Meaning at the students' front, your people are there. It communicates. So once they start losing, it also communicates something. So they invest in us a lot. They actually invest in us a lot. Yeah, because it's and I was happy you put this up, the pros and cons. So one of the cons is I belong to a political party, but due to my position I can't disclose. But they are going to influence some of the things I'm going to be doing on campus. And that's where I'll say my independence will be questioned. Because I'm an independent, I'm not like LSA is an independent body. Because they had a say in Lukman becoming, and I was very lucky. We didn't do anything like a reconciliatory procedure.
Nobody was scathed. Nobody
from mine. Internally, you get it. If someone was from mine, they would have had to talk to us. Listen, one person should for the other. So one thing is my candidature was like, I think I was someone for all. Right? When I made it clear to my own people, they were the first to know. And no one.
So I almost asked you a question that will almost get up. It's okay. I'm guided.
No one even had issues with that. So everyone came on board. So in choosing your vice,
Yes, please.
do you also have a vice?
Yeah.
In choosing your vice, does it mimic what we're seeing with what the vice president is doing with, I mean, the process they might have to go? We have seen surveys put up, Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh's name out there, many other names that have come. We have seen the politics that have come up and all of that. In choosing your vice as well, does it matter? Does your vice matter in students' politics?
It does.
It does?
It does. They have a huge role.
Did you also
Yeah.
come from your party, or do you guys dare cross
So
over?
it's you won't even be allowed to cross over.
It's like I'm entering you people your secret spots.
No, I'll be very honest. You won't even be allowed to cross over.
Ah, okay.
You can't even try to even cross over.
And this will
They
be
won't.
if, for example, if you belong to Tain or Tescon,
Yeah.
Yeah.
none of these will the group would not allow you.
Yeah. So during the vacation, that was when I started everything. Started making calls. They just made it clear, no, because of I belong to. You are not mine. Yeah.
Oh.
They will make
So
it
how
clear
did you
to
arrive
you.
at your
I have to
vice?
pick from within.
Okay.
Yeah. And just like what happens at the national, you present him or her to. Yeah, if they accept, fine. If they don't, that means you have, but you always come up with choices.
Okay.
So I came out with 3. But no matter what, I just said like, nah, it should be from the feminine. That was I made it clear to them. I'm not going to pick a male.
Why?
Gimpa campus. One thing we did was like, everything is about, once you are well informed, you are good to go. Like, when it comes to statistics, law school, the ladies have the numbers.
We do, huh?
Yeah. And
Your vice.
aside that there's an impact by ladies, trust me.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything had to do with how even
Did you share chocolate to the boys too?
my hashtag was we are in this together. All inclusive. Everyone had.
Very-
But guess what? There was a saying that I shared only to ladies. And I was like, so that was why we released the video.
Ah.
Yeah. And also claim that when I'm giving to the meal, I don't smile. Like a whole lot's happening.
Now why would you just want to smile like the chocolate to a
A
man?
whole lot's happening. Yeah, so there's always something, they always have a say in who becomes. Yeah. And one thing is, they start prepping us from these positions.
Okay.
Trust me, there are plans for us. Once you win an election, they will look for you.
And then they will start making plans for you.
Yeah. For example,
can you
maybe
reject it?
during, let's say, the contest, maybe I might have tried to reach out to a big person within my party. He didn't mind me. Once Lukman won, they will call you. It happens.
You know what? Because you belong to the party and
Exactly.
they need you.
Exactly.
Is your vice female or male?
It's a male, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
What goes into choosing your vice as well?
Well,
Is there also tribal play, background play, and all of that internally? And then my next question will be, suppose in Pentecost University, your candidate came from Tain.
yeah.
During campaign, is Tain or Tescon allowed to campaign for that candidate?
Exactly.
Is it an open? Is it an open?
Exactly.
Okay, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Look, one is the same. Yeah.
Maybe for
them.
Yeah, there's one thing within internal. Someone could be from the other side. It actually happened. They were with me. Just a phone call. They stopped following me. Just because of it happens. And there is some class that actually said, listen, you are not going to be allowed in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like our politics was so people thought it was that clean, but within, my goodness, like we went through a whole
It is basically like the national politics.
Exactly, like yeah. You be there, you get a message from someone you've tasked to be on the ground. And one interesting thing, you always plant someone from.
Yeah.
Let's say you told me that, okay, listen, my people said they don't want you to follow. Like my people have told someone, listen, don't follow Lukman. I'm like, okay, they are following me not because of my political ideology. It's just because of Lukman. Not because of Lukman umbrella or Lukman elephant. No. So this is a strategy that we use. Just stay off. Don't post me. Don't do any flyer.
But you're working
That's just
underground.
it. That's just it.
Hey, your politics is very
It's
brutal.
very.
What kind
People
of
just
alliances
come
do
to
you-
vote. What kind of?
What kind of alliances do you have in other institutions? And what role does it play?
So, my brother will tell you something. We are preparing towards national next election.
Do you know him?
No, baby. I know a lot about Tain Tescon.
Do you know him? I'm trying to figure out.
You know, boys we click like yeah, my brother.
Okay,
Like, yeah.
it's
Northern
not like you
Volta.
are Tain.
No, and not. Oh my goodness. And you know when Northern and Volta, we click a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like you are Tain.
You are
It's
trying
not
to
like you are Tescon. Because if you
LSA,
know him,
I'm not disclosing. I'm your president. I'm not saying LSA or yeah. So it's actually
so there's
interesting.
alliances.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they'll inform them.
Okay, so you mentioned nukes.
Yes, please.
How does the kind of politics, internal, the general, play a role in the nukes politics as
So
well?
for nukes, they whip us. That's just it from top. I'll be very blunt. They whip us along party lines. You even declare. You even make a declaration.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's say Pentecost University, SR's president with his team, have declared 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. So something happened. There's a page we are on. and they added. I didn't even know Nook's election was around the corner.
It's around the corner, right?
Yeah.
Then they added some of us.
I guess another brutal election.
Brutal.
Very
Brutal.
deadly.
Okay. It mimics also the national election.
With the violence and everything.
But what's the role of a news president? Let me.
So student like advocacy. So that's why we said they mentor anything they do when it comes to education, influenced by our decisions.
Okay.
Yeah, at various levels and a whole lot, they influence us. So once you are a student leader, you should know that your party wants you to represent them at a higher level. And one thing they always tell us is, listen, let's go according to party lines. Forgetting that you those, even up there, you don't even go according to party lines. Like, let's say you hear NDC candidates going to support an NPP just because they want him to win. It actually happens. I just don't want
Can
to...
a teen president contest for news president? Or you're barred from that?
I think he's allowed. You can't.
Yeah.
You must have been a student leader.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. But it will be very obvious. So they'll advise against it.
Yeah.
So the
top.
person that shows up to want to be news
You must
makes
be
it look like.
independent. Don't be, if you're open test one thing, my goodness, like you're just setting yourself up to. So come like an SRC, let's say
Yes.
sort of. So they don't know.
Yes.
So maybe let's say, look, man, people on Gimpa campus, only my people know me to be. For example, if the freshers come, don't even know where I belong.
Okay.
But imagine freshers come and he goes and introduce himself as teen president. Then he's going for Nooks. Everybody knows he's a teen.
Yeah.
So they always want someone who appears to be neutral, but true to you are not neutral. So if you go 100% on the ticket of party, you may not. Look at the history of all those who have won.
Yeah.
I see.
And look at their previous positions.
Nice. Typically, what is the role of a teen president?
Well,
Typically.
yes, a team president is the lead of the party on campus.
On campus.
Yes, and so he's a signatory to the accounts on campus, and he represents the association externally, maybe it's a press conference or any conference of sort. He's the first spokesperson of the party on campus.
What are some of the things you do on campus?
Well, we organize activities, we campaign.
Campaign for the national.
Yes,
Okay.
we actually portray the ideology of the mother party on campus. So we mobilize, we actually do mobilization and advocacy in alignment with the ideologies of our mother party.
Okay.
Yes.
Say if you was.
I think he forgot one thing.
What's that?
They fund us. We those who go to.
You found.
Oh,
They
yeah.
fund us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We those who go for.
Yeah.
They are those who link us. To
Yeah. Exactly, and with that is why we mostly, as he rightly said, with the Nooks, mostly the preferred candidates are leaders or executive members of the SRC.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you appear neutral, but your people behind pushing
knows
for
where-
you to.
If your teen president doesn't like you, what then will you do?
You'll be in a difficult position.
Yeah, actually, we will be in a very difficult
They are very
position.
powerful.
Yes, but sometimes there's that time where you guys, come to a consensus, and then you make progress, because certainly there's the need for somebody to be presented. But sometimes, too, trust me, the rules of the game ensures that there's mafia, and so
It's part of it, right?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
if every smart politician, your first thing is getting close to your leader of the party on
Party
campus.
on
Yeah.
campus.
So once you appear, they're like, okay, like, this person is, yeah.
And once you have the blessings of the leader,
That's just
you are
it.
good to go.
Yes. And another thing is, if you try to claim you are party A, party B, it will never work for you. Trust me.
For you.
Yeah.
For you as a president, right?
Yeah.
But for him, 10, yeah.
No, I mean, when you in the run up to you becoming a leader,
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
you anywhere you go, once they mention your name, they'll be like, okay, this is our candidate. That's sometimes when they mention, they don't even know where you even belong. So you're on your own. So it's
Okay.
advised as soon as you get to campus and you have such intentions, belong to, just choose a place to belong.
As a teen president, what are some of your challenges as a teen president?
Well, particularly in my institution, that's Pentecost University, the Christian, let me say,
That is a special
it's actually a challenge. A lot of people don't really want to associate themselves with politics. That is the nature or a very big task that we actually realize it on campus.
Is it a fair challenge? It's a fair challenge, right? The school is really built on
Yes.
the Pentecostal
Yes.
shall I say,
doctrines and values. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. And so it makes it very Herculean a task. But we are pushing through because the students themselves are beginning to appreciate the realities and the need to, and you see, TEEN as an intellectual wing of a political party does not only exist to portray the interests of the party. Aside advocating and then mobilizing for the party, they also embark on training and all those stuffs, seminars, symposiums, and all those stuff. You get opportunity to network. So maybe you might want to be a business person, but TEEN may organize a program where resource personnel will be brought to campus, and then So it's not necessarily about the political aspect of it, but then your personal development. And so once we begin to communicate all these stuffs, and yes, once you come, they gradually.
Is it worth it? Is it worth being a TEEN president?
Yes, certainly. I see it as a learning grounds.
Okay.
Yeah, I see it as a learning grounds.
Which constituency do you vote? Let me be following you.
Currently my vote is in Enyaso too.
Okay.
Yes, my vote is in Enyaso too, but my constituency is Northtown constituency.
And so your home constituency?
Yes, my home constituency is Northtown. Yes, yes. But I'm currently in Enyaso too.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to mention mine, if not you. My constituency.
What's
your home constituency? Where do you vote? There are two PCs over there, parliamentary candidates over there. So who know? What's your home?
My home constituency is where I vote. I'm from the Miang constituency.
Okay.
Yeah, but formerly I was Tamale South constituency.
Okay. I won't think fast. I'm with you. Let's give you the few minutes to tell us your vision really for GIMPA LSA and what differently will you do from the previous administration.
Yes. Please, yeah. So one thing I learned from the national politics is that, which is a negative thing that we learned, is usually what they campaign on, they just, once they win, they put it aside. Yes.
Is it that they put it aside, or it becomes difficult to implement? Is the LSA really funded?
For now, I can't say unless I get there to actually know.
Do we not pay LSA dues? Let me go and check.
The question is, you said you qualified it well funded. Is that not?
Is it well funded?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's funded, but as to whether it's well funded.
Yeah.
But how do you bring up a policy that is so huge outside of your funds?
Oh, in relation to my policies, yeah.
I'm talking generally. Leaders, why would you?
So we can't even rely on students. Yeah. One thing is you are there because your party puts you there. You're supposed to make a name. They'll do all their best to support you.
Okay.
So something let's say put students funds aside. Okay. There's a policy that I have in mind that's is going to be a portal. There's a difficulty with having access to materials. Senior, I want this, I want that, I want that. And the annoying thing is students will ask you for a material, you send it to them on WhatsApp, and that thing that says disappearing. And I'm like, I've sent you material, you've put it.
It's security.
Exactly.
What can I do?
Yeah. So the portal seeks to bring together all materials they've been searched for already. So why should we struggle? So
what then would the library be used for?
Let's be honest. Our library has outdated law reports, law books. So ours is going to be different. Something like an e-library.
And your library is the library is not Kotoje friendly.
Yeah.
You have to climb up. Why?
Then again, how many people make it to the library?
That's the thing, because of where it is.
Exactly.
If I was in your school, how will I get there?
So one thing is, another big shout out to my team. We did a whole lot of data collection. It's not as if people don't like to go to the library. People are at IT savvy. They just want certain things to read on their. So that was why we suggested the portal. Okay. We have a library now. We even have a reading room. Still, look at the numbers who visit. So it's not as if we just want to do anything. We actually want to do what the people want. Okay. And that's something I learned from where I belong.
Right.
And I must confess, I learned from both. And one thing I have to say is there's always this effect. You guys cause a lot of division when it comes to us. That's one thing I would say. So the influence one of the cons of it. Yeah, like sometimes they are too hard on us, and it causes a whole lot of disaffection amongst us. People may not even want to join.
Even the national politics.
Yeah, people may not even want to join Lukman administration because Lukman has taken a certain line, and they're like, no.
But that's politics.
That's politics. We are at this early stage. Like we are friends.
We don't care. Like that's politics.
So they should cause the division there.
Yes, it is. But it puts you even on your toes.
So what if I have people from the other side who are very good, they can competent, they can join me? Then let's say, listen, I tell my team, listen.
That's governance. ABC. That will not be politics then. Because governance is when you're able to find who can do the job, regardless of what they are, which I know NDC and MPP will never
So,
do.
but governance is premised on
Politics.
Yeah.
Ah,
So governance is a political decision. Without they set up.
ideally.
Exactly.
Ideally, shouldn't be.
So-
Governance is governance because you can become your roadmap to what you want to be in politics, right? You can become that and say, well, I met MFA one day and I think she's a good speaker or whatever at something.
Yeah.
She likes championing the cause of women and children. I
So
don't
you want
belong.
to bring
I don't
MFA
belong to
you
any
want to bring
political
MFA
party.
on board.
Yes, that's
Forgetting
governance.
that you, the leader, you were there because of some people. You're supposed to consult them on why you want to bring MFA on board.
You see, that's politics. This is politics.
So that's why I said governance is a political decision.
Partisan, have you seen?
So it
Because
starts at
it
this
is about who can do the job. Because I'm taking the cue from what you said.
Who makes the appointments?
Who can do the job?
Who makes
can
the
do job?
appointments?
If you get the power,
Yeah.
it's about what people want. And who can
Exactly.
do the job?
Exactly.
So this Mr. Tain man here,
Uh-huh.
he's been taken to power, whether he was paid through to, whether he was booted up there, whichever way,
Mm-hmm.
he wants the job done. If he finds somebody who does not belong to his party and he can do the job, what is wrong if you appoint the
Yeah.
person?
So sometimes we are bold enough to stand up to them. Listen, I'm bringing this person on board.
And then you
But
do.
they say,
Consequences.
for us.
Will it come back to bite you in your future?
Ask him, they may never forget.
Mr. Tain president.
When this guy was LSA president, we told him to do. And sometimes, another thing is sometimes it makes us overly ambitious. And we have little time for what we actually said we would do. Lukman becomes LSA president, he's focused on political agenda.
That's the end game.
So, meanwhile, you were voted for to actually work. But you've left, you're actually chasing like something higher. So sometimes we just stand up and listen, like we can't do this, but you also want something up there. Before you get it up there, you're supposed to do what they want you to do. Exactly. So we always have,
Mr.
one thing is
Abubakar.
having good friends.
Mr. Abubakar, what have you had to give to become a Tain president? What's the darkest thing you did to become Tain president?
The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene.
Oh my goodness.
Is it
You're actually a dangerous guy.
every leader must conceal his intention. And so some
Law what? Which one of the laws? Law what? I'm going to look for it.
it's actually one of them.
So what is constant is that there's something dark that you may have done. But what you can't talk about is what's the darkness it is that it is. Politics, yeah.
It's actually an interesting game. You learn a lot. Somebody could be that. That is why in politics you don't have a permanent enemy and then you don't have a permanent friend. Because
Today
somebody,
we are friends, tomorrow
we could be friends today and tomorrow, because we may all have been friends and we've seen that at this very position, then in the next moment he crops up, I also crops up.
I'm ending my conversation already. Time is up already for me and I'm ending the conversation, but I just want to know, who is your mentor?
This question, I have a number of mentors.
Cool.
I have a number of mentors.
Surely in politics.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of them is Plateau, because I've got to realize that mentors are not only people you engage directly. There are also people you emulate and imitate from afar.
Okay.
And so Plateau is actually one of my mentors because of their ideology. The Greek are the people that brought the ideology about politics, leadership, and governance.
Yeah.
Mandela, because I'm a Pan-Africanist.
I was hoping you gave me mentors from your political
He's
party.
I'm coming down.
He's doing politics with me.
I'm
I have to
coming
have
down.
self-awareness. I didn't see that coming. Yeah.
Yes.
You're coming. You're going from.
I'm coming down. I'm coming down. And H.E. John Dramani Mahama, and finally Honorable Johnson Asiedu. I'm done.
I'm not even surprised. I was hoping you would shock me.
Yeah.
But you see, because the two of you are sitting here, I just want to be fair. I'm a very fair person. Mr. Lukman, who are your mentors?
I've been thinking, how am I going to answer this question?
Okay.
Because people want to read meanings.
If they are your mentors, they are.
Oh
your mentors,
yeah. My mentor. I
I
have many mentors, but my topmost is our first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. That's what I would say.
When politicians like to dodge.
Everybody is laughing. Everybody is laughing. I just like him for setting Ghana up.
That's it.
Yeah, and we can never forget him. So that's the kind of leader I want to be. After you are gone, your impact will still be.
Okay.
And that's what I intend to do at LAC.
You choose a man who's dead, but his works lives on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So currently, the people who are alive.
Oh,
to be
those who are
fair to
alive.
those who are alive.
To refer to those who are alive. So okay, let me guide me. Within Ghana, where should I mention my mentor from? Just guide me. I don't want a follow-up question. Within Ghana or anywhere in the world.
Ghana.
Within Ghana.
Yes. And that will be the end. There'll be no opportunity to explain the mentor or anything. When you say it now, I'll say thank you for watching.
Oh, okay. My former MP, Haruna Ibisi.
Thank you for watching today on Youth Connect. My name is Emefa Akosia Adetey, and I definitely enjoyed this one. These two politicians, I think you should look out for them. I really wish you well, Lukman, in your tenure as president. And I also look forward to see the impact you make in the national election a little later this year. Okay, all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Give us a follow. Do stay well. When the news breaks, when decisions are made, when society says it has to be a certain way, as young people, are we ever part of the conversation? Hi, my name is Emefa Akosia Adetey, and I invite you to be part of discussing relevant issues, be it social, political debate, religion, or culture. Let's have our say. On Youth Connect, we shall spark conversations, challenge what we ought to, and find solutions that benefits us all. On Youth Connect, we shall bring to the fore your passion, most importantly, your voice. Don't just watch or listen, act. It matters to you.